And how are you?
Good. So we just went live with Lisa, and we did a tour of her beautiful space that's located in Yorkville at Metaphysique. And she is going to do a live reading with Nicole J today. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get a little bit of, feedback about what you do here so the audience understands exactly what you do.
Sure. Our focus here is to really help people get back to who they are or who they want to be. As we get older, we start to kind of let our faulty thoughts and problems and issues get to us, and most of us don't even know what our real problems are.
Or what's hold, or the blockages
The blocks
that you
are holding
have.
back because they're hidden in our subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So what we try to do is really get to the bottom and help people we see people like they're onions, and we help unpeel the onions of people to get to the core. And because we do that in a directed manner, people leave feeling, sometimes it takes more than one session,
They'll be
of course.
lifted off of that.
And more clarity, and really they start to be able to attract positivity and the things that they actually want in their lives. So it's kind of like the law of attraction, but it's not like, oh, I really want a new car, I really want a new car, and you get a new car.
Right.
It's really like you figure out, oh, I really want to feel peace, but this is what's holding me back, and then you kind of get rid of it, and then the peace comes.
And you connect the emotional part of it, and your
Exactly.
emotional needs that for all of you that aren't spiritual, you have your spiritual needs that your soul understands, and then you have the materialistic needs, and you have ego. So if any of you follow Oprah, and Deepak Chopra, that's what it's all about. So really getting back to what matters most in life and feeling good, right?
Yeah, and most people don't realize that they can actually have what they want and feel how they want to feel. They just don't know what it is. Yeah. So I'm really, and especially most of our clients are women.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 95%. And I just find a lot of women are, you get busy, you have kids, you work, you try to balance everything, and your needs kind of fall to the back.
Right. It's like for all those moms, especially it's Mother's Day. My sister always says, and if you're watching, Elise, the best advice that I get from her is that, she always says, if no one's going to take care of you unless you take care of yourself. And I would, I know that from the last conversation we had when you did a reading with me, and I love psychic readings. I have my own angel cards. I'm into all of this stuff. I have crystals. But I didn't understand really what you did either. Like, I would say that more of what you do is more similar to going to therapy.
In a way it is. I'm more, so because I am a spiritual medium, I do channel. And when the people come for readings, I really connect with their higher self, what their soul or spirit or whoever wants to tell me where they're at. So when people come for reading, they may have tons of questions, but the first reading I really give is what their energy wants to tell them.
Right.
And it's usually on a deeper level. And because I'm so committed and dedicated to helping change people, it does end up to more therapy, so people come back for this Rohan therapy that I do.
So what is Rohan therapy?
So it's kind of what I was just talking to you about, which is getting to the root of we call them faulty thoughts that are there that you don't even know are there.
So it's retraining your mind to think positive.
Well, if you think about it, 90% of your brain is in the subconscious.
Okay.
So we are only aware of 10% of what's going on. So can you imagine what 90% of our brain is doing, and we have no idea.
Right.
So, and we don't want to know, because it thinks all these faulty thoughts aren't really there to hurt us. They think they're helping us.
Right.
They were there
to save our lives. This is information.
Right, so our brain, our consciousness isn't even really aware of what's going on. So what we do is we put your consciousness aside and kind of take it on a little viewing trip to kind of see what is in that 90%. And then it's really surprising for a lot of people. It's not scary. Right. It makes sense because it's your life.
Right.
But that's why, like I said, a lot of people come for readings and then they come back to continue their journey.
Right.
So it's not, yes, I do channel, and yes, I do talk to people who've passed away and ghosts and things like that.
You do?
Yes, I do. But that's not, because it's all kind of the same thing.
Right, right.
But for me, my passion really is to help people and get them to move forward. And because I do 3 sessions, Rohan therapy is like 10 years of therapy very quickly, because you move from being the victim of life to start to recognize what you've actually been doing to
And
yourself,
taking accountability.
which is hard to do, but
Right.
also very important.
So, is it like Long Island medium that you stop people in the street and like, I have a message?
God forbid. No.
Just kidding. Yeah.
You know, the producers do tell people beforehand what they're doing.
Right.
Because no, I don't accost people.
Right.
In the everyday life, I turn it off.
Right.
Unless I'm in a really creepy old haunted place,
Mhm.
then it's kind of hard. But for the most part, I'm kind of a normal person until I sit down and I just
Right,
kind of
you
switch
gear.
over.
And so I know that you also have a baby
I
that's
do.
now a year old, right?
Yes, he is. He's cute.
So Lisa's now a mom, so she is into the whole.
I thought I had it all, you know, I've done, because I've had to do all this work on myself.
Right.
So before I got pregnant, I was like, I've got it all, I've been working on myself for all, and then motherhood came, and it was just like square one, a whole new set of things,
Right.
and so it's really made me understand mothers even more, and
Right.
you know
what
they
they
have to
need
go
and the
through,
changes and the shifts.
like mother guilt, and that's a like immediate thing that happens, and you know not feeling good enough, and you're not doing the best for your child. All these things, you know,
Right.
a lot of mothers have these problems.
Right. So all of you, I'm going to tell you to stop what you're doing right now. If you're tuning in, like us, and send us your emojis and everything. And if you have any questions for Lisa,
Yeah, feel free to
write
ask.
in. You know, one of my friends actually asked me a question to ask you.
Yes.
It was a kind of jokingly, but she was serious.
Uh-huh.
She wants to know if she's ever going to sleep again. Which is probably a lot of moms on it. She's like,
Yeah.
what can I ask her? So,
I don't,
I'm sure a lot of
I don't
moms
think
have
so.
that.
I think what's, you know, my son sleeps through the night fine, but I still don't sleep. I think
Right.
that's a mother thing now.
Or, you know, my daughters also, they sleep in, and my friends are like, why were you up at 6:30? The kids are up. I'm like, no. My clock, I don't even set an alarm anymore.
Yeah.
I just wake up. So another thing that I wanted to ask you is, with everything that you do, you know, my husband, for instance, isn't really into this type of work, where I really am. It's
Mhm.
kind of funny. He's like the sports guy,
Right.
total opposite.
Mhm.
And I know you recently did something with you predicted who was going to win the Blue Jay game.
The Leafs.
The Leafs
And I don't
game.
know anything about sports
Okay.
at all. But they
CTV
like that.
came and asked her, so this is legit, people. Just so you know.
Yeah, I did. They've come. A lot of people. I've been on TV for CBC, CTV, a bunch of TV, but for sports, it's like a big thing. They want to know the predictions. I was right, by the way, but I don't know anything about
Where
sports.
people are betting on it today. That's a whole other reason to cut them.
But you see, I can't use my gifts for evil. Yes. So, what was your question about?
So my question is, so for somebody like that really isn't into this stuff, you know, how, you know, a lot of people think it's like hokey pokey, or they're not, you know, what you said, you're like, I'm not a psychic, I'm a spiritual advisor.
Yeah, I like to call it
just the-
spiritual advisor because a lot of people, you know, they have the vision of the neon signs outside and the turbans and the crystal balls. I have a crystal ball, but it's not a gimmick. It's not.
Right.
I'm not into predicting your future to tell you you're going to win the lottery in 6 months or the name of your house, what your husband's name is going to be. It's like I said, it's really about moving your soul forward in life. So I respect people who aren't into it. I even really like people who doubt it because it means that they've really been doing a lot of thinking, and I always like to get into their brain about it. Most people who come to me, I mean, to come to me, you have to be somewhat open-minded.
Right.
But when they come, they're surprised that it's not as weird or different or scary as they thought it would be.
Or like saying aside, like really, when I sat down with her, I got teary-eyed because of the things that you saw, and it was almost, I felt real, I hate to like keep comparing it to this, but I felt like I was in a therapy session, and I think therapy is good for everybody, so no matter what.
And that's why it's like a more expanded type of therapy in a way, where it doesn't always have to be therapy, but I like to go there because
Right.
I like to get things done really quick and as much as I can. But it's expanding because I'm talking to your soul,
Right.
and that's what touches you, and that's what you understand. So we're not necessarily talking to your brain that's trying to think things or hide things or whatever, but it's talking to your heart.
Right.
So that's why it
Making
touches
that
people.
connection between.
Yeah.
So I am going to unless anyone has any questions, anyone write in any questions, Nick? Not yet? So if you guys have some questions, some people are really, they don't want their meme out there to ask the question. I know a few people that wrote me before that had questions, but they wanted to private message you. So Lisa is also writing for us now, the Tarot Astrology once a month, which the May is up. And I'm really excited about that on PINK&BLUE Mag. So if you guys have any questions or you want to come see
98 Avenue Road.
And it's almost directly across from Whole Foods. And I am going to let Nicole come over and have a reading with you so people can see what you do. And you could tune back in, and here we will make our switch.
That's okay. It's such a switch. No, it's not.
You ended it?
No, I haven't.
No, it's fine. It's good. Hi. Have a seat. So I know a lot of people get nervous because they don't know what to expect, whatever. We're actually just going to do a quick 3-card reading. I usually do a 10-card reading, but a 3-card reading really focuses on where you're coming from, what you need to focus on now, and what's going to carry you into the future. And then you can ask me whatever questions you want. Usually I tell people when they come that the readings talk about what they want to talk about first, and they really talk about every area of your life. So they talk about relationship, career. So the first reading is really kind of on the whole, and then after, when you have more specific questions, we can kind of look at those. So all you have to do is I'm going to shuffle the cards 7 times, bottom to top, just like that, and then you shuffle 7, and then I will lay them out. 7 times, please. You don't have to flip them around. Perfect. It's okay, they drop all the time. Thank you. So what I like to do now is, because your energies are in the cards, I like to kind of just connect with them and see what happens.
Looking nervous over there, Nick. Yeah.
I won't get too personal for the whole
live
world.
event.
Yeah. Okay. So the first card we have here is the 10 of Wands. The second card we have is the Hierophant. And the third card is the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, very good. So this kind of makes sense as to what I was saying. When I connected with your energy, what I saw was there's it's like your mind is in 2 very different places at the same time. And they're not similar. It's like 2 things. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. We don't even need to know this, it doesn't matter. When you have a split like that, it could feel very like a tug of war in a way, and very confusing and overwhelming. However, what it's showing us that in the past, where you're coming from and moving away from, is the 10 of Wands. This means you've been able to let go of a heavy burden that you've been carrying for a long time. So it could be something physical, emotional, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. It was a heavy burden and it's gone. The good thing about having this in the past is that it's no longer in your life. What happens is sometimes, though, even though the energy's gone, our brain doesn't realize that it's gone, so we kind of still mentally are taking it with us, even though the energy's no longer there. This could be part of what's playing in the confusion of the 2 things. So, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it's very important to recognize that this burden time is over. You've put yourself kind of in a hanged man position, where you kind of suspended yourself for whatever reason. Usually we do these things out of fear or confusion, things like that. So it's important now to say, okay, I no longer want to be a hanged man. Mm-hmm. Let's move forward. And sometimes, and it's not that hard, it just takes kind of like a different way of thinking.
Right.
Now, the Hierophant is going to help you, because the Hierophant is the coming of a teacher or the coming of inspiration. And especially if you're trying to make a decision in some way of where to move, inspiration will come to you very easily, especially if you accept it. So before this moment, when you were in the hangman position, inspiration couldn't really come because you were just like a hamster on a wheel, just kind of going over and over again. Now that you are no longer, and what's amazing about readings is in hearing this, you are now no longer doing that. Because your brain says, yes, I was doing that, I no longer want to do it. So it's like alchemy right away in the minute. So your life just changed. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Now you can accept this inspiration that's coming to you. And it could be from, like I said, someone else, or even your own higher self and your own thoughts. Once that happens, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which means in doing all this, you will have planted the seeds for your own fulfillment. So that means whatever decision you make or whatever path you start to take, it will start to help the idea, the energy grow into what it will be. So it's not, whatever it is, it's not going to be instantaneous, but it's kind of like a slow growing process of whatever it is.
Amazing.
Does that make sense?
It does actually. It kind of dovetails in sort of what has been going on and what even just recently has shifted and things like that. So,
do you have any questions that you'd like to ask?
I guess, like, what type of signs or can I tune into to
It's
try
not
to,
even signs. It's like, the amazing thing is like, and we all do this in a way with our, so let's call what you were doing a faulty thought. So your faulty thought was like, I'm stuck, I can't move forward.
Right.
I'm always going to be confused. Okay? So what that is like you purposefully put a blindfold on. And now,
like an ostrich or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
And now you take the head, your head is out. So you don't even have to do anything. It's just the actual removing of what was in your way
like
that brings
change
in.
your mind, change your reality.
Exactly. And that's why, again, I love this work, because it is alchemy.
Right.
Because you are instantaneously, energy changes instantaneously.
Right.
And that's all. So it's not like, what do I need to add into my life? It's what did I need to kind of get rid of that's been in my way.
Process or
Yeah.
move on from.
So it's not even
tune into
doing-
a different vibration or.
It doesn't even have to be that like weird.
Yeah.
It's like just like, okay, I'm not going to be stuck in this spot anymore, and I'm ready. And the universe will kind of show you whatever it is you need as you're looking.
Amazing. Well, that was my.
My pleasure. That was a good job.
Thank you. I think with the more of the 10 card, I think would get into a bit more of a
Yes.
details.
It would be more
specific,
details for sure, but this is a good kind of start, like a quick little advice,
Right.
Like when a friend of mine calls me and asks for advice, I just do like a
You
free
do
card
it.
reading just to see where it's at.
Right.
So it's always a handy thing to do, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
And thank everybody for tuning into my.
Thank you for
connection.
sharing your energy
Yes.
with us. I know
Thank
it's nerve-wracking.
So I want to thank Lisa for being with us today, and thank you, Nicole,
you
for being brave enough to
be
be
the guinea
live.
pig, yeah.
And I look forward to working with Lisa more to
Thank you.
block all of
Yes,
my,
let's get those blocks off.
Exactly. And now I'm inspired to get some crystals. I actually
Yes.
have a white couch in my house.
Oh, do you?
I
That's
switched it from
brave.
a leather couch,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm just like, I actually just did my office over.
Oh, did you?
And I put in I had a pink carpet, it was like, it's pink and blue, and I just switched it to a white carpet.
Oh, wow.
But I was actually thinking of your space, I'm like, it's just so angelic. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
And write in your questions, don't be scared.
Yeah, you can write me personally if you want. It's nothing really scary. It's really about kind of getting back to, just getting your pep and your step back, and getting what you want out of life.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
See you
Bye.
next Thursday.